Hello and good evening, everybody. This is Mikey of Mikey Seuss 4. It's good to see everyone this evening. This is kind of a last minute chill stream I wanted to put out there. Uh, According to Jeff, who is Professor Brainy Specs, and Life with Matthew, their Babylon 5 stream is supposed to start approximately about 10:30 p.m. my time here in the East Coast. So I figured, I'll come up here and do about an hour and a half stream. Just kind of chill out. I just got through chilling with my friend Gaming with Silver Wolf and Joe Day. Uh, their stream is now down, or I mean, it's off, but it's available for rewatch there at Gaming with Silver Wolf's channel. And uh, I'm not gonna put the I'm not going to put the StreamYard pinned to YouTube, but I will show it here real quick. So it's in the chat itself, live chat. Uh, if you want to come up and be a part of the panel here this evening, just to kind of chill out, talk about whatever, it's totally cool hanging with me. Like I said, we don't plan on being here for too long. Just want to be able to hang out here a little bit, talk about things, and do whatever till about 10 o'clock my time or so. So about an hour and a half or so. But, we want to be able to let all of you guys go and visit Jeff and Matthew for their Babylon 5 review, their next episode they're doing tonight. So, yeah, if you guys get a chance, come and come up here and if you want to join, have some fun. Just have to make sure you guys know that I'm going to be try to pay attention and make sure that that I have to know you. I mean, you have to have content on your channel, and I have to know who you are because I have to be careful. Gorilla and some of my other friends, and we got 3 people watching. Thank you. Gorilla and some of my other friends have had troubles in the past with somebody trying to get up here that I don't know, and I want to make sure that I don't make that mistake. And and I'm gonna post something here in a banner. So give me a minute. Yeah, we don't want to. This is why I'm going to put this thing too. Okay. Okay, so that's what we got going with the banner there. Yeah, please, no mention of politics, religion, taxes, or death, please. And because we've had a rough last couple days, last week or so, and just have fun. If you want to come in and be a part of the panel or just to talk in the chat, just, please be civil. That's all I ask. As you know, I'm the host along with Suzanne of our weekly webcams. As I mentioned previously, the schedule is on our main page of Mikey Sue's 4 channel here on YouTube. And it gives you every day that we do a webcam and a stream. And on Mondays and Wednesdays, we do the webcams starting at 12 noon Eastern, which is 11 a.m. Central Time. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll be having a live stream here with my friend hopefully when he's there, Jay Aldridge, and we'll be discussing a review on those days. First, we do A Team on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays, we do our individual uh, review of two different series. I do ISIS, or which is called the Adventures of ISIS, and then the other one is Shazam, which is an early Captain Marvel uh, live action show they showed on Saturday mornings, same as ISIS. And Jay talks about Shazam, and I talk about ISIS. So that's where we are with those. And then on Sundays we do a topic time, and this coming Sunday we'll be actually celebrating, along with talking about different types of topics. We'll be, except for the ones that are down there on the banner that are rolling. Um, we will be talking about birthdays. We have two friends this week that are celebrating their birthday. One is our friend PvP, also known as Pleasant Valley Picker, from Kelowna, British Columbia. He's turning 66. And then our younger friend, gaming with Silver Wolf, Silver, well, I said, "Are you turning 25?" She said, "Yep, that's fine, 25." I know she's a little older than that, but that's fine. I mean, she was happy with that. And I said, "Okay, I'll say you're 25. That's what we'll do." So her birthday is actually coming up this Friday, um, which is the 17th. And PvP's birthday is actually coming up on Wednesday, the 15th. And we're doing a special uh, movie for him on Thursday, uh, Gorilla uh, and Resolute Germ. It's called The Warriors, which is a great little film. As I mentioned before, Michael Pare, who was in the three seasons of The Greatest American Hero, actually showed up in that film. So, um, yeah, it's I like the film. It's like Warriors come out and play. Yeah, so I mean that's a great film. It really is, and I'm looking forward to that on Thursday night, and then on Friday. Don't forget, Gorilla does his weekly Walton stream, and usually I'm there along with Gorilla and Resolute Germ and Sifdan and myself and PvP, or sometimes it's just the four of us, and we talk about the episode, the next one they do each week. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. And then of course, don't forget we do the trivia games. Me and Jay play Chip Nerdy on Saturday nights. Usually they start at 9 o'clock Eastern, and then on Sunday mornings, usually around 11:15 a.m. Eastern, they have a question of track. They didn't have this last Sunday, yesterday, but they are. I believe they will have it next Sunday. So we'll see what happens with that. In the meantime, I don't see anybody here in the chat, but that's okay. This is kind of, like I said, this is kind of last minute. I'm sure that some people were watching Bird earlier, Bird of Prey 5, and there's also Lost in Space. I believe that's going on. I don't know if that's tonight or if that's tomorrow. Well, anyway, I think Gorilla helps pop culture curator with that. So um, that's fine. I'm just here chilling, hanging out. Uh, let's see. Yeah, just till about, like I said, probably till about 10:15. Then we'll then we'll go over and pop in and say something. Okay, B. Uh, okay, hold on. Oh, it's my brother. Ah, there he is. Hey, what's up, Jay?
Hey,
Brother Jay,
I
there you
didn't want to lose you, and so I just usually just do a B and then get in.
Uh huh. Okay. Well, it's great to see you. Looks like you and I will be talking for a little bit until Jeff and Matthew do their thing at 10:30. So if that's okay,
Mm.
I mean we're going to be here probably just till about 10:15. I didn't want to running to their stream.
That's
So,
fine.
you know, they're going to be talking about Babylon 5, of course.
Yeah. I can't
So
see
what are you
my
up to?
my avatar.
Yeah, so what are you up to, Brother Jay? Things going okay for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Everything doing okay. I just can't do my avatar. Everything is blank in my photos, so I can't do the avatar tonight.
well, that's okay. That's okay if you're able to do your camera without breaking down. You can do your camera too. I can do mine. That's no problem. Um, but that's fine. I mean, you know, you don't necessarily need to have an avatar. You know that. I mean, if you have that white circle, I don't know. Some people when they see more than one, they're thinking boobies or other some weird thing. I'm like, no, no, don't do that. That's not cool.
I'm still trying, but
Yeah. So, how are you and Renee? Everything going fine there?
yeah, I guess so.
Oh, cool. Did you talk to her since yesterday or since our stream?
Yeah, she went to get her um, what do you call it? Her tire fixed. Buy a new tire.
Hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I just got off I just got off a 3-person. Oh, what do you call it? 3-person panel with
Oh
Jamie
yeah.
was over there. She's still she's still in her hotel room with her stepdad, her mom, and her stepbrother. They're still trying to find a place to
Right.
live and a place to set up a new home, and she might have to go live with a friend of hers for a couple weeks. So because they're supposed to be out of the hotel by Wednesday, and they were trying to find. Oh, there you are. There's Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, I figured that out. Hello, darling.
Oh yes, he said hello, darling, to you, hun. And Gorilla's Red Dot saying, "Hey, keep it down. I'm trying to have a conversation with the toaster." Sure you are, Gorilla. Sure you are.
Don't worry. Just stick a fork in it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and here's the StreamYard anyway. So, uh, yeah. Okay, Gorilla. um, well, tonight's been interesting. We saw uh, I saw Captain, you know what's his name, uh, go into one of my friends' chats, and I know he was lurking. I know he goes there to spy and listen in, and then he goes and does
Who?
his own stream and starts to badmouth people. And I said I gotta stop him. Oh, let's see.
Who
Oh, you say
captain? Who's this captain?
Well, I don't want to really mention his name on the air.
Oh. Well, you can
Yeah,
tell me later.
I'll tell you later. Yeah, he's a real badass. I think I told you about him before. Yeah, Gorilla says me and the toaster are so close we take a bath together. Well, I hope not, because you're gonna get electrocuted otherwise. Yeah,
Oh,
but it's
what's
good
the
to see
little
you,
love tap now and then between friends?
Gorilla. No, it's great to see you, Gorilla. Thanks for coming in. I didn't know if you were doing the thing with pop tonight culture or not, curator. I wasn't sure if you were doing something. Uh, let's see what else is going on. Okay, so
What is
anyway,
Jeff and Matthew doing?
what's that?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say. So long story short, I was trying to help this friend, and I went ahead and blocked the guy because I knew it was him. I knew it was Captain, and you know that's caused problems with other people's streams before. And I went ahead and
Yeah.
blocked him, and then he was going to say something bad. So, and in fact, he did. So then I went ahead and, you know, I'm, you know, for my friend, I was a standard moderator, right? So I had a regular wrench, and I went and put the guy, I put this captain guy into basically timeout for 24 hours, and my friend got
Yeah.
mad at me and said I shouldn't have done that, and so he unblocked what I did, of course, because he's the host. He unblocked what I did, and basically took my wrench away. So, I mean, I have perks with the guy, but I don't care anymore. I mean, I was just like, I was a little pissed off, a little upset, and what he had done, and I was like, but this guy is so bad, and luckily, what I did myself was just go back and block him. So, made sure I blocked him so he doesn't bother me, or bother us, on our streams.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Gorilla says, one bird don't care what he says, and second, he can't stream because he got his channel banned. Yeah, exactly. And we'll be in 10 minutes. Okay, Gorilla. Cool. Yeah, I'd love to have you up with your brother so you can have a
Oh,
little bit of laughter here and a little bit of intermingling until
what's Jeff
Captain
and
gets
Matthew
back.
doing?
Jeff and Matthew are doing a preview. They're doing a review of Babylon 5, and they do it every Monday night at around
Oh,
10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, about 9:30 your time, Jay.
oh, it's Monday. I thought it was Tuesday. Okay.
Oh no, today is Monday. Yeah, they do it every Monday. Yeah, like they do the Jet Nerdy that you and I play, and then on Sunday yesterday they didn't have a question of Trek, so hopefully they will this coming Sunday.
Yeah.
And then and then they do the
It's
Babylon 5.
according to his work schedule. Omni's work schedule sometimes interferes with his question of Trek.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, here's our friend Keith E from East Tennessee. He says, I am a moderator on 7 channels. I've never had a dispute with the creator of that channel. That's great, Keith E, and you're a rare person indeed not to have that situation. I only just had it earlier tonight with somebody who I thought was a friend, and I did what a normal, moderator would do to protect my friend's channel, and I basically got like slapped upside the head and said, "Nope, that was wrong," and I got my standard moderator wrench taken away. So I was like, "Well, okay, I mean, it seems like
Well,
I try to
that
do
shows
good
you
things,
that he's not your friend.
right?"
That shows you he's not your friend, and you should unsubscribe his channel.
I did that as soon as he took my wrench away. I unsubscribed him and I blocked him immediately. Blocked his channel. So
Good.
yeah. So I mean, I did what I had to do, and I was trying to be nice.
How?
Yeah, Bird's a great guy, but he takes that mod stuff seriously. Yeah, he does. Yeah, Gorilla's talking about the person I did. So yeah, Gorilla. Yeah, you're right. You need to know somebody for 6 months before you make them moderator. Absolutely, absolutely, Keithy. You're right.
That's what I was telling you about a couple of people.
Yes, that's true. Well, I wanted to make you a moderator. I mean, I thought I'd known you. I've known you for over a year, right, brother? So I thought it was right. It
Oh
was
yeah.
right appropriate to make you a moderator for sure. Uh, like I said, when I first started, Scurvy, or in our case, Sir Lemon Pie, was very nice to me and helped me get started in streaming. He was one of the first to help out. He was very kind to Suzanne, always has been. He's been a polite gentleman,
Yeah.
and I made him instantly a master moderator. So, he helps take care of you guys and
Right.
helps you out if you have a difficulty with a problem chatter or somebody that's trying to ruin your stream. So
Right.
that's why I implicitly trust him and you.
I
And I also
forgot.
made Suzanne a moderator as well. So yeah, and Gorilla because I trust Gorilla because
I forgot that you had
Gorilla's
made
guy.
me a.
Yeah.
I forgot you made me a moderator, and I was trying
Yeah, I
to
did.
scroll up on the chat when you were just doing your webcam and nobody on the
Right.
What do you call it? This thing, StreamYard. And
Yes.
I was scrolling up looking at the comments, and I accidentally erased someone's comment. I immediately typed in, "I didn't mean to do that. I didn't even know I could do that."
Yeah, Gorilla says I wouldn't have unsubscribed. I really didn't have any choice, Gorilla. I'm sorry. There really wasn't a choice on that situation. You had to have been there for the situation. I was trying to help. That's all. I just don't like it when people just treat me like crap and say, "Oh, so you were helping. Who cares?" And just took things away from me. That's okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, I can move on. I'm
If
not. Well, I'm a
if
big
they
enough
don't
man. I
care
say,
what you're doing to help your channel, then
yeah,
you can't do nothing for that person. They want that kind of a person wants people who are edgy and everything to try to build up their channel, to tell you the
right.
truth. And
Yeah.
you don't want to be in those kind of channels.
Yeah, well, I don't like to be
At
in a
least I
situation
don't.
where people. I'm just saying I don't want to be in a situation where people are at each other's throats or they want to say something mean, and I try to prevent that. But if I get chastised because I'm just
Hurt
trying to do
people.
my job, I don't need to be a part of that if they just chastise me. And yes, Gorilla, I do agree with some of the stuff you're saying, but
Right.
and I know you were there. I mean, that's what you said. I was there. Yes, you were. You were there. I know. And I didn't want to mention his name here because I wanted to confront him directly uh, in the underground about it, and I will, and I'll let him know how I felt. Anyway, Keith says I send people my resume. I have channels with 400 people and 30,000 people. Yeah, because they trust you, Keith. They trust you implicitly, and they
Yeah.
say that you can help them, and that's how I trust. Yeah, I will, Gorilla. I will. I'm a big enough man. I can talk to him. Don't worry, I will. Just yeah, I'm just a little, like I said, I'm just a little perturbed how he treated me. I was trying to help him out. But anyway, what was I?
Oh.
So okay, you gotta go. Oh, you gotta go, Gorilla. Okay. Well, I'm glad you came by, Gorilla. It's good to see you. And yeah, if you want to come
I'm
by
glad you
anytime.
know these little. I wouldn't know what G2G meant.
What's that, Jay? Say again.
I,
What
I
was
said
it?
I wouldn't know what G2G meant.
Oh, that's gotta go. He says that's what G2G is. He just
Yeah.
said he had to go. Yeah, he's got stuff to do.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm fine.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to him sometime later this week in the underground, and we'll try to solve the situation. But yeah, yeah I I try to understand. I try to be a good person. I just feel like I've been smacked around for trying to be me. Just to be myself. I also notice that a lot of people are not happy that I have a working computer
You're
now
just
and that I have these streams available and everything that I'm doing, and they just don't seem to be happy with me. I'm not sure, why. I'm just I don't know. I'm probably just talking out of my butt.
because they don't want you to succeed. That's the reason why.
That's probably it.
I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Oh, you're
I'll be
okay.
right back.
Okay. Oh, JOTL. Oh, I see J out of the loop. Yeah. He'll be right back. After these messages, he'll be right back. He used to say that about me too. Keith. Yeah. So anyway, getting around to some discussion that's going on lately. It seems that I just heard from my friend Sci-Fi Mombi that Paramount and Skydance, and I think to an extent Warner's, but I don't think Warner Brothers wants to be a part of it. But I know that Paramount and Skydance are still discussing terms on trying to acquire Disney and some of the wreckage that's left over from their stocks and so forth. There's Brother Jay. Hold on there. There you go, brother. Welcome back.
I switched to my other channel. That I didn't like the feedback.
Oh, okay. Well, we were
You
just,
know, the echo.
yeah, I was just talking about that I heard from Sci-Fi Mombi. She's really a good person that knows things that are going down, and she let me know that Paramount and Skydance are really the only two main companies that are considering getting Disney.
Yeah.
So, or buying out what they want to do with Disney. So,
Well,
that's what I know.
Paramount is hoping that Skydance will do it because Skydance is the one that will continue the wokeness of Star Trek and stuff. So they would rather them do it, but also give Miss Redstone more money because she wants to retire.
Right. Don't worry, honey. I'm not on camera.
If he was on camera, it's going to wave, but he's not on camera, so
So
I'm not going to bother.
Okay, honey.
Oh, howdy.
Howdy, honey.
Yeah. She said howdy, honey.
You don't have to be on camera to wave at me. I can feel your vibrations, darling.
She said, oh, good. Yeah. So, no, go ahead and finish what you were saying, Jay, about it. While I'm reading here, my specialties is actually helping small YouTube accounts, people under 10,000. That's a great job, Keith. That's actually a good job to have to help people out. So, what were you saying again about Skydance then, Jay?
Well, basically, she wants somebody that's going to continue the wokeness of Star Trek, and but she also wants a company that will give her a lot of money, cash, because she owns like 60 or 70% of the stock, of voting stock. So if they can give her a lot of money, she'll give everybody the amusement park that Redstone has and Paramount. Shoot, she would love to sell even CBS.
Wow, even CBS? I mean,
yeah, she would love to, but it's not in the deal. It's Viacom is the CBS part and Paramount is the studio part.
I see. Well, yeah, because CBS at one time they merged with Viacom, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, CBS and Viacom. So, yeah, I could see that.
Viacom owned Viacom whatever. Viacom bought Paramount Pictures away from Gulf Plus Western, and which I don't know if they owned CBS at that time, but
CBS owns Viacom, but because I know they had a merger and CBS took them over.
Well,
but
Miss Redstone,
the thing is that Viacom, right? But see, the thing is that Viacom did work with Paramount in previous ventures, in possible mergers that they were going to do, but nothing ever came of it. So, but now it seems like if they are thinking of also acquiring CBS's shares and their royalty with who they are associated with, that would make a lot more sense because then they could take their money as collateral and say, okay, well, if we're going to buy up the Disney stock, then that's what we can do it with, is with some of this collateral money that they get from the other companies they're trying to acquire. So,
well, say Redstone owns, and she is the president of National Amusements, one of the top 10 movie exhibitors in the United States.
Right.
She expanded the company international footprint and its exploration of new technologies. Now,
Sure.
there are some on her board that would love to get that little witch out. Now, her father resigned as CBS executive chairman after questions arose about his mental competency. And CBS's board then offered Sherry Redstone the position of non-executive chair, but she declined. So
Right.
the CBS board announced that Les Moonves would replace Sumner Redstone as chairman. But then in
Right.
2016, Redstone, who at the time was vice chairperson of CBS and Viacom and president of National Amusements and the controlling shareholder of CBS and Viacom, gave the following statement on succession. My father's trust states his intention that I succeed him as non-executive chairman at CBS and Viacom, and also names me as a trustee after his death. So she nominated Les Moonves as CBS chair because she liked what he was doing by getting rid of Star Trek, because he's never liked Star Trek. Never.
No, that's true.
And then she calls this merger. And now the only reason why she brought the merger is so she could sell it.
Ah,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense then. Yeah.
Now,
Well, I guess
let me
we'll see
look
what.
up this.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens with the conversion of shares, shareholders, and how much they think that the shares are worth, because well, as we all know, Paramount and to some extent Skydance and also Disney have suffered major losses because of the
Yeah.
content of their movies, television shows, whatever they put out just doesn't work. I mean, they're failures generally, and so it can bring their cost. It can bring the price of their stock down dramatically.
Right.
And if you, the rumor is in business, if you have a business person down, that's when you go in for the kill. That's when you go and grab
Yeah.
everything that's available, that's vulnerable, and you go and you grab it, like you go for the gusto, and you take everything. You take it for
Now,
everything
see,
you can. Yeah, and
right.
that's
Now, see,
and that's what I'm seeing. Right, and that's what I'm seeing right now. I mean, that I'm hearing all this going on, and I'm like, well, apparently, Disney is a wounded animal, and the other companies are the buzzards, right? They're circling for the kill. They're gonna go in and grab whatever they can, and that Disney can't retain to some extent. So. Yeah,
right.
that's what
Now,
I see right now in the foreseeable future.
there
In my
are,
opinion, yeah.
right. There are three things with this deal. Option one, Paramount accepts Skydance merger offer. See,
Yeah.
they are only in this deal with Skydance, they're only going to pay Miss Redstone $3 billion for her 77% of voting shares in Paramount and merge with Paramount Global. Now, if they do that, that leaves the fate of holdings, including CBS, MTV, and the Paramount Plus streaming service, uncertain.
Yeah.
Now, by letting the exclusive negotiating period end, Paramount seems to be indicating it's not interested in Skydance offer. Now, option two, Paramount opts for the Sony Apollo deal. Now,
Right.
the Sony Apollo deal made a non-binding $26 billion cash offer for Paramount last month. Chief among the
Right.
interests, it appears, is the company's film division. They don't care about Star Trek, they care about the film division. That means
Sure.
everything else from CBS to MTV to Comedy Central to the Paramount Plus streaming service would go on the block.
Right.
They would sell CBS, MTV, Comedy Central, and Paramount Plus.
All of that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
So
Yeah. So I see it.
now
Yeah.
the
It's
two parties haven't yet started formal negotiations yet. Now, she's also reportedly not fond of selling to a private equity backed company.
sure.
So now the bigger issue, though, could be regulatory hurdles. Sony is headquartered in Japan, and foreign owners are not allowed to hold licenses for U.S. broadcast stations, such as CBS owned ones in the Paramount portfolio. Even if the board approves it, the deal would need the green lit from the Committee on Foreign Investments. Now, the third and final option is go it alone. Despite the fact that Paramount lost its longtime CEO recently, there's a very real chance that the company will reject both offers and continue with business as usual, which will piss her off. New
Yeah.
three-person office of the CEO is running things today, and Variety reported those executives have told employees they're prepping a long-term plan for the company, which means they'll go it alone. And there are whispers of a team-up or combination of Paramount Plus and NBC Universal's Peacock streaming service, something
Yeah.
that seems even more likely. Wednesday's news of a Disney Plus / Hulu / Max bundle coming
Yeah.
this summer.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds more likely for sure. Yeah, just reading here quickly that Keithy said it sounds like when CBS had the big search of all their country shows. Yeah, that's true because I remember reading about that. They also said that he only watches content that came out before the year 2000. Well, I only watch content up to the year 2005 because that's when Star Trek Enterprise came out, and with
And
Scott
he
Bakula.
hated it.
You hated it?
No. Um, Les Moonves hates Star Trek. He hates
Right, I know
almost
that.
anything that
Yeah.
that is sci-fi.
Yeah,
And
I know. Yeah, I know about Les's
I don't know.
attitude.
I don't know who was in charge of Paramount uh, uh, or
Yeah.
CBS. Well,
And then Keith
CBS
says a fire
period.
sale. Yep,
Uh,
absolutely.
when they got rid of Beverly Hillbillies and anything that was country, I don't know who was in charge then. If it was Les Moonves or someone else, but
Yeah, I don't. Right, I don't know for sure either. But like I said, I know about Les's habits. I know he hates
right.
sci-fi in general. He cannot stand anything science fiction.
And he
Uh,
hates
he's a
anything
loser.
country.
Yeah, he's a loser. I mean, a total loser. Um, and like as I was telling Keith, he doesn't see anything to, he only sees things up to the year 2000. Well, I have to say, I go up 5 years because I like Star Trek Enterprise and with Scott Bakula as Jonathan Archer and the rest of the cast, and I was fine with that. But I think that's when I stopped because after 2005, there wasn't anything at all, and then of course. Star Trek came out with their Discovery, which was their disease show. I call it Star Trek Disease. I didn't even watch the whole season. I watched maybe the first 2 episodes of season 1. Got sick of it by got sick of it by episode 3. Like not even halfway through episode 3, I just got sick and tired of it, and I was done. So to me, the last and you know the last good series was Enterprise, and then I watched some things on YouTube, and I saw Star Trek Continues, and I said, "Oh, this looks like a pretty good show." And of course, before that, it was Star Trek New Voyages, and I think partly Phase 2 is what they were thinking of doing, but they were fan films, so obviously Paramount didn't have much to say about them. They approved them. They said, "Yeah, you can show them on." you can show them on YouTube, but you can't. But you got to know we're not going to endorse them, so they're not going to be
Yeah.
officially considered as canon. And I said, well, I think that Star Trek Continues, in my mind, should be canon. And I know that Gene Roddenberry's son, Eugene Roddenberry, did help out a little bit with the funding and the finances to get it off the ground. And, first it was James Cawley that helped it. And then James Cawley decided to become executive producer. So after he did that, Vic Mignogna then became the Captain Kirk that we all know and like, and so they did 11 episodes. And I thought, this is perfect because not only did Cawley started it by going right from Turnabout Intruder, which was the 79th episode of the original series. And he went right from that and did a couple episodes. Then from there, when Vic took over, he brought back Michael Forrest, who, did Apollo in an episode. He brought back, not Barbara Luna, who's the other lady, Asia. Well, the lady that was in Mirror Mirror brought back the daughter of Luna for that. They called that the fairest of them all. They brought back George Takei for an episode. He was about time travel, and he was like a caveman guy in that. They brought back who was it? Walter Koenig for an episode, and they even brought in Chris Doohan, which was Scotty James Doohan's son, and he took over the mantle of Scotty, and he hasn't looked back ever since. He was great with that, and I loved every episode they did. And when they reached the end, which it was a 2-part episode they called "To Boldly Go," they brought back the Espers, and these were the descendants of the original Espers that, the guy from 2001, Gary Lockwood, who played Mitchell.
Well, not
that was
descendants.
the Esper.
They
Right.
weren't
And then
descendants.
were they descendants or were they ancestors?
They were not descendants. They were a follower of that woman, and she took control of them and had them go into the thing that made them into Espers, and
cool.
he was
Okay,
working with a Romulan.
Right, so it was Sally Kellerman's doing that did that. Okay. I thought it was,
Well, not Sally. No, she died in the episode of the first Espers. This is somebody different.
Somebody different. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so okay,
But
awesome. So
Fred Silverman is the one that failed, that canceled the what they called the Rural Purge. So Fred Silverman took it away. Now, see, the guy that kept it for so long was James T. Aubrey, because his wife loved Gunsmoke. That's the only reason why he kept it on, was because his wife loved Gunsmoke.
Right. Yeah, that's what keeps
20 years we had the country stuff, thank God, but that Fred Silverman and Les Moonves are little blanks, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So, like I said before, and I really truly believe that this is it's an accurate depiction. When you had your 3 original episodes, then when Roddenberry went ahead and did the animated series, he wasn't that involved in it, but he knew the people that were going to run it, and he just let them have freedom, and they went and did what they did with it. And then I feel like Continues would have been either their 4th season or possibly their 5th. And what happened was that, because you could just as easily throw in the animated series as like a 4th season. You could, because there was a lot of places they went to after the original series had ended. So yeah, you could have just thrown those in, and that would have been cool. But with Continues, these were actually good written stories, even though they were fan film based. And like I said, Roddenberry's son, Eugene Jr., did help them a little bit with finances, but a lot of it was their own money.
Yeah.
You know, Vic and James, their own money, most of it. They had to find studios to work it at, so they did that in Georgia, outside of Atlanta. And when you get to the final two-part ending episode, which is called "The Boldly Go," you have espers that are threatening the Federation at the end. And what happens is, without giving too much away, Kirk decides he wants to leave the chair and become an admiral, and so he does a speech on the last episode of Continues, and for the crew.
They,
And then the next time you see Kirk, well, you see him in the Star Trek the motion picture, and he's an admiral. So, I mean, I thought it was
they,
a perfect
they were
tie-in.
Federation. They were Federation rebels.
Yeah,
The new Espers. They were Federation rebels.
Rebels. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Who don't
and
like anything to do with the Federation.
right. And Keithy, yes, that's why I was going from Jill, anti-derivative Jill's uh, assumption was that on her channel they did consider the animated series the fourth season, and so did I. I said it makes perfect sense. You have the original series, you've got the animated series to follow it, and then as a homage to both of those series, you do the Star Trek Continues fan film series, and like I said, that picks up. Well, first it's Star Trek New Voyages, and then Phase Two, but then it turns into Star Trek Continues, and eventually that leads right to Star Trek the Motion Picture. And there's your fifth season. That's it. And it ties right into it. It's like, it's so weird. It's like you go right from the end of To Boldly Go Part 2. You go from the very end of that, you go right to the beginning of Star Trek the Motion Picture, and there's Admiral Kirk. And it's perfect transition. It's like it starts the whole thing. And I was like, it's perfect. And it's really how and I look at it, and I mean I've got all the episodes, right? I downloaded everything.
Right.
And I look at it and I go, these were some of the best directed uh Star Trek homage episodes you could put together. You did get some original people from other episodes to help out.
Mhm.
And for the first time in the continued series, you had a human counselor, a female counselor, like you did when TNG brought on board Deanna Troy. So now you know where that enterprise got the idea for a female counselor. Well, that came from the original series. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense to me as a trial period, and it worked. I mean, even Kirk himself says at the end of their 5-year mission, he says to Nagura, Admiral Nagura, he says, I like the idea of a counselor, and I hope that future ships have counselors on their crew.
Of
And
course,
what do you
it
know?
took us some years to do it.
It took them a while, but they did.
And you
It's like,
know, we never knew. I never knew that blonde lieutenant was Palmer from the the second pilot that had to do with the Espers. And then the surprise kick is she's an Esper too because she was holding hands with Gary Lockwood,
yes,
with Gary Mitchell.
yeah, with Gary Mitchell, yes,
I'm trying
and I
to
was like,
find
wow.
her the character's name. It won't give me the character's name. Hang on, I'm going to
Yeah, look it
IMDb.
up in the yeah, you're talking about the dark haired one, right? That's the leader of those Espers, those rebels.
You know,
Yeah,
let's
in a
see.
2-part episode.
Let's see if I
Yeah,
can find it.
I'm gonna block myself for just a moment. Hold on. I need to mute myself for a
Come
minute.
on.
Oops.
Okay, it's coming up. Lana. played by Nicola Bryant. She worked in Doctor Who. She played Lana. And Centec was the Romulan that helped her. And
Oh, okay. Cool.
Amy Rydell, if I'm not mistaken, I think she is plays the Romulan commander. Now, when
Okay.
they go back and do the what do you call it? The episode of Star Trek Continues where they do the continuing of oh shoot, the Mirror Universe, Mirror Part
Yeah,
Two.
that's
Um,
that one is the fairest of them all. It's called the
yeah,
fairest of them all. Yeah,
yeah,
where they
the woman that plays the captain's woman, she's actually
yeah,
the daughter of the woman that played the captain's woman in the original Mirror Mirror.
that's right. That was Barbara Luna, right, in the original Mirror Mirror, and then Asia is her first name. This girl that's on the other side of that Mirror Mirror, that's the captain's
Yeah,
woman. She was the daughter of the actress that played her originally. Yeah, that's right.
I think
Uh,
Lana
her name was
played.
Asia something. Yeah, it was
I
Asia
think
something, but I
I think
can't remember her
Lana.
last name. Yeah.
I think Lana in To Boldly Go played real good.
Yes, I agree. Is that the yeoman? Keithy asked you, Jay? I don't know. Um,
Um, she
I don't
played a
think so.
lieutenant in Mirror Mirror,
Hi, sit
but
down.
when they got back to their original universe, I don't know if she was a lieutenant or a yeoman. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't look at her
Sifdan.
uniform.
Yep, Sifdan, if you want to come up for a few minutes, you can. We're just here until about 15 minutes after 10, about 10:15 p.m. because at 10:30 is Jeff and Matthew's live stream they're going to do with Babylon 5. So we just want to kind of avoid running into that. But this is the StreamYard if you want to come up and join us, me and Jay, for a few minutes. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean that's why I love Star Trek Continues so much,
Yeah.
and like I said, because Gene Roddenberry's son considered it canon, and he only said this a couple years ago, like just after the Continues ended. He said it should be canon, and I believe it is canon, and that's what he said in his interview. I think he did it with Variety or wherever it was.
That's
Um,
probably the
I
reason
said,
why we don't see anything of Roddenberry's son anymore in Discovery. Oh, his name is on
right,
there, but we don't see any hint of him working behind the scenes because he
right.
pissed Paramount off saying that was canon.
Right, that he thought that the fan film was canon. Yeah. He said it. He
Um,
said, now, he said, and I quote, he said that if my dad were still alive and if he was going to make a fourth season or even a fifth season, if they added, TAS as a fourth season,
yeah.
he said this would have been it. He said, my dad would have
Well,
filmed
Gene
this for the fifth
actually
season.
was asked, was Star Trek the animated series canon? He said no, except for one episode, and that
Right.
was yesteryear.
Oh, you mean
He said
all our yesterdays?
no,
That one?
yesteryear,
Oh,
where Spock goes
yesteryear.
through the
Oh, sorry.
Spock goes
Yesteryear.
back
Okay.
to find out what happened to young Spock when he died.
Right. Okay.
He
So
used
yes,
the Guardian of Forever to go back to Vulcan.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
And
He considered that canon, but he didn't consider anything else canon.
yeah. And Keith says he's got to go. We'll stop back in again. Keep up the good work. Don't let them drive
People
you
have
crazy.
people have argued with me. No, he thought that it was canon. No, he didn't think any of it was canon. I heard the man.
Yeah.
I heard the man in the interview.
Right.
They had said that they asked Gene Roddenberry, did he think Star Trek, the animated series, was canon? And he said yes and no.
Right.
No, I don't think all of it is canon. The only thing I do think is canon is the episode Yesteryear.
Yesteryear. Right. Yeah, I know. I believe I
That
heard
from
you
his
say
own
that
mouth.
too. Right. And like we said, with all 11 episodes of continues, his son believes those should be canon. And of course Paramount says no, and so that's probably, like you said, probably why Roddenberry's son is not doing
There's
any
about,
more work on Discovery. Right. So
I don't
yeah.
think he would consider the one about the green slave girl canon because he was a horn dog.
Yeah.
And the other one, I don't think he would think the one with the monocolored episode with Q in it would be canon
Right.
because he was. I don't want to say what he was a racist, but he could have his own opinion about races.
Sure. But you mean
Because
Kirk.
I
You mean
I
Kirk,
have
right?
I have read interviews about him about certain things. He
Yeah.
he wanted everybody to think that he was this kind of like God sent thing, and everybody should do okay with each other. And I have even heard him say it on TV on an
Yeah.
interview in the 25th anniversary special that if we could just all get along and we would what's the word that the woke people are using now um oh what is the word um
I don't
if we
know.
tolerate each other's differences
Right.
was bullshit. He didn't care about that. All he cared about was money.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. Yeah,
Because
it's unfortunate.
when
Yeah.
they you need to see Chaos on the Bridge on YouTube. It's free. William Shatner gets everybody that was involved in the first two seasons of The Next Generation and has a conversation. And
Yeah.
Gene Roddenberry and his attorney was a son of a blank, and but he used his lawyer to get him millions upon millions of dollars, kind of like back pay for Paramount just taking over the series, which is wrong. Paramount actually offered Gene $1 million. If you'll pay Paramount Pictures $1 million, you will own everything about Star Trek. Well, he didn't have $1 million. He was broke. He
He was
was
broke.
selling. He was selling his own memorabilia of Star Trek at the conventions to make money to live
He
off on.
was. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, he was.
And
So
he didn't have
yeah.
$1 million to pay Paramount to get control of his baby. But
Yeah.
when he had an opportunity to get back and do Star Trek The Next Generation, he had his attorney to get a noose around their neck and say, give me this amount of money and I'll do whatever the hell you want me to do.
Exactly.
And he did.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you, brother Jay. On everything you said, every single
And
thing.
that's where Roddenberry's son got all his millions from after his mother died.
Right, Magil.
Everything
Right,
went to him.
right, exactly. Yeah, after Magil passed away, Magil Barrett, Roddenberry. Right. So,
Of course, he did a
um,
success on doing some. He did something else than do Star Trek for a long time. His son, he did something else. I can't remember what his job was, but it was something else.
well, I heard something also. I wanted to tell you something else I heard recently about Star Trek 4, and the rumor is that Abrams is going to be the executive producer, but he's not directing it. They want to bring back Chris Hemsworth, who played Chris Pine's.
They're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to do it because he's asking way too much damn money. And so is Chris Pine. There is not a rumor. This is a fact. This is a fact. They are in negotiations trying to find a new young cast to play the 7 actors of TOS.
Wow.
Because they have all become big stars and they want a whole lot of money, and Paramount doesn't want to pay hardly anything for this movie so they can have a huge win. So it sounds like to me they want to do a 20 or $30 million film instead of $100 million film.
Sure. Well, here's the thing I'm wondering too is part of the rumor I heard was that the guy, one of the gentlemen that worked on Axanar, which is a fan film too, it's not supposed to be recognized.
He's not going to be in it.
Right, by Paramount. But he's supposed to work on it, and then they have a writer. No. But, yeah.
No. Yeah, you know why he's not going to be on there?
Why?
They're suing his butt again.
Uh-huh.
They're suing his ass again because he is still asking for money when they told him you're not allowed to do that anymore. You have had way too much money of your crowdfunding. You cannot do any more crowdfunding. Well, somebody let it slip to Paramount, an executive on Paramount or somebody in Paramount, and it went to the head up, and they said, sue his ass. Bury him.
Yeah. Okay.
They're tired of him. They're tired of him.
No, I know. I know, Jay. I'm just...
but he is not going to have anything to do with this film, I guarantee you.
Right. Well, the thing that I'm thinking of is they're either going to, they're going to do. Here's the options. If they decide to do a prequel thing, they'll go back to before any of those events occurred with George Kirk, and if they do that. That would make sense if you're going to have a brand new cast of 7 people.
Well, it sounds like what they want to do is bring the Guardian of Forever into this mix.
Why would they do that? I mean, they already made a mistake by
go back in time and save George.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Because, there is nothing in canon about Kirk's father.
Right.
Being in Starfleet.
No, that's true.
Everything in canon said that Kirk grew up on a farm, which means his father was a farmer, not a Starfleet officer.
Not a Starfleet officer. Okay. That's my understanding why I believe it won't work, because unless they can explain away that his father was a starship captain and not a farmer in Iowa, because the way they tried to explain it before was that he had a stepdad after, that he grew
never
up
had a stepdad. Kirk never had a stepdad.
Totally, yep, I totally understand. So, okay.
Now, what they're going to do with the Guardian of Forever is probably nobody has talking yet. But somebody has said that somebody that had wrote a script for Star Trek 4 had mentioned that which they rejected, they wanted to use the Guardian of Forever to go back to the USS Kelvin and save George Kirk, which would disrupt the timeline even more.
Even more. Yeah.
I I don't think that this USS Kelvin and the Kelvin timeline bullshit, Lord forgive me, that this is not, it didn't do anything to our universe. Romulus didn't blow up in a supernova, and everything from Star Trek Picard never happened.
Right. So
Because
they
what
could disavow.
because
Yeah.
Uhura said they are in an alternate timeline. That means that they are not in our universe. They're in a different multi-universe.
A different multiverse. Yes.
Yes, they're
could
not
change.
in our universe. They're in another universe.
I agree, and they can change anything they want. They can make it appear that anything that happened with Picard.
So Star Trek
can go
Picard.
away.
Star Trek Picard actually is in that universe, not our universe.
Yes.
And I don't know who said this, but I like their way of thinking. I don't know if it was Salty Trek or who, but they had a unique opportunity to think this out.
Right.
Picard never left the Nexus.
Yeah.
He's still in the Nexus.
Yes, he is.
Once you're in the Nexus, you can't leave the Nexus. Only a little part of memory in those that they rescued off the El Orient ship.
Yeah.
That's what left. Because Guinan even says it. Just think of me as a remnant of the person you knew. Because once you're fully into the Nexus, your body and everything, you can't get out. So Picard and Kirk actually went to a different part of the Nexus and relived everything on that mountain.
Yes.
So everything after is Picard dreaming still in the Nexus, which means First Contact, Insurrection, Nemesis, and Star Trek Picard is all in the Nexus.
It's all in the Nexus. That makes a lot of sense. It would. It would. Yeah. That's interesting. So, are you saying that Salty came up with that, or was it Doomcock that came up with that?
Well, he kept watching the movie Generations, and everything that happened afterwards, it just, because he doesn't like First Contact whatsoever. But anyway, I don't know why, but he has a good thought on that. Because we don't literally see them leaving, we just see a bright light, and that could mean they go back into another part of the Nexus. Because see, Picard and Kirk just open a door and they go into a different area of the Nexus.
Yeah. Now, the only way that I have a problem with this, okay, Jay, is there is a Star Trek novel that came out.
Novels are not canon.
What's that?
Paramount has said a long time ago that comic books and novels are not canon.
Okay. Well, that what I'm saying, man, is there was a book I read, a novel.
Yeah, I know.
It came out just after the events of Iridium 3. And what it involved was that Kirk was revived and sent by both the Borg and the Romulan people.
Yeah, and I would love that.
And kill him. Right, to go out
now, that was William Shatner's book called Return. He did multiple books about it, about Kirk being revived because he didn't like that Kirk was dead. There was nothing he could do. He tried several times to get the producers and writers to not kill Kirk.
But they did.
If you want to bring Kirk into the 24th century, fine, but don't kill him. They saved the planet, and he's and if he wants to retire, he'll retire. But if not, he gets command of a little known ship, not the Enterprise.
Right.
So,
Right.
and even in the book, he gets a little itty bitty ship that isn't even a Federation starship, and
Right.
him, Ambassador Spock, Admiral McCoy, and Captain Scott, Admiral Scott, go on an adventures for the
Yes.
Federation.
Right. The four of them. Yeah.
Now that I would have loved to seen in movies is the return of Captain Kirk. But
Yes.
and they
I
kind
would have
of
enjoyed
do.
that.
They kind
Right.
of do in Star Trek Picard, where they have his body in that Section 31 museum.
Yes. That's true. Yeah, no,
And I'm
that would have
glad they
been cool.
brought Data back, but
Right.
I just don't. I just see it like Salty does. Everything that is yuck about those movies, there's only one thing. Picard is still in the Nexus because see, remember when Kirk marches into that bedroom and he says, "I'm gonna do things different," and he
Yes.
walks in the door, and the Picard goes in, and he grits his teeth like I'm gonna see him naked or something. Oh my God! And opens the door, and he's in the barn with Kirk. That's
Right.
another part of the Nexus.
It is. Yes. Well, it makes, like I said, if that theory holds true, then
Well,
you
they're
know,
not going to admit it.
no, and I'm just saying, Salty makes a good point, and if that theory
Yeah.
holds true, and if it seems plausible enough, to me, it seems plausible. I mean,
Well-
then it would explain a lot. It would
Yeah,
explain a lot of why TNG decided to do movies, because that's basically, like you said, Picard is in the Nexus. So all of these scenarios he comes up with,
well, the
Deanna
main
Troy
thing
and
for
Riker marrying, and you know, and Data blowing up, and then
Right.
getting a P4 and all this. Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense. And then the
Well-
events of Picard. So yeah,
the reason why they went to TNG went to movies is
Uh-huh.
because they couldn't pay them enough for season 8 and 9 and 10 because they were getting big enough off screen too. So their prices would go higher too. Like in
Yeah.
DS9,
Right.
Terry Farrell asked for more money, and they said, "Look, you can work at a Kmart, girl. We're not giving you any more money." Well, she left and went to Becker and made a name for herself. But she did
Right.
the same thing with Becker, and it landed her in the gutter.
Right. Yeah,
She
I
should
know.
have stayed
And
with Becker.
I was right, and I was saying that it had to be the reasons why, like, you know, series like
No.
you said, DS9, Voyager, and even Enterprise. That's why you've never seen a single one of those series go to a movie, because the people in those series were asking for more money, and maybe
Well-
the thought or the idea was put out there that they were going to have a film, but of course that didn't work because people were asking
They
for too much.
actually were thinking about doing a Voyager film, but things kept getting up there, and then things kept getting in the way with Enterprise and stuff, and then they canceled the entire series, and they said, "Nope, we're not doing it." If they hadn't, if Enterprise had been better, and if Enterprise had stayed for the full 7 years, I think we would have seen a Voyager movie. But
I'm sure you would have a crossover at least.
I think what they should have done was have hour one, them find their way back home, and then hour two, we find out what happens to them after they return to Earth.
After they got back, right? Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't really tell us, did they? After
No,
the end of Endgame, when they came back, and then you didn't hear from them again, really, at all.
And
Other than the one
somebody-
time,
yeah,
other than the one time where Janeway, you know, says to Picard, "Oh, you get all the easy assignments, you know, on Nemesis,
Yeah.
you know, with
Yeah.
Admiral Janeway." You
Yeah.
know,
that was a
they
dig.
just use that as a
Uh,
filler. Yeah. so-
Now, Same thing happened with Marina Sirtis. They said when she asked for more money,
Yeah.
the coffers was closed, and they told her, "Hey, you can always be replaced by Borg Babe," meaning,
Yeah.
meaning 709. Well, she
Yes.
shut the fuck up and went on and did her job
Yes. That's right. She did. But that's
because
okay.
back
I was.
then, all the
Yeah.
way through Enterprise, they didn't care about female actresses. All they cared about was male actresses because
Right.
the ones that really made the show, they really gave them the money.
Well, if you notice, in TNG, a lot more people liked Data, right? Because
Yeah.
Brent Spiner's character.
Well, that's the
If
reason
you
why
look
he
at
got his
Voyager,
name third instead of LaForge in the movies.
right, right. But then if you look at, like I said, if you look at Voyager, when 709 appears after being separated from the Borg, that's when Voyager took off, was because now you had somebody who came from the Borg collective, was severed from it, and oh, by the way, she's eye candy. So
Now,
basically,
actuality,
yeah,
it could have been a something different because see, they were going to fire either the woman
uh-huh.
that played Kess or the man that played Harry Kim because they were targeting Harry Kim to die
Oh, of course,
or leave the show.
or Kestily,
But
right?
but they saw that his popularity was up when he sold his likeness on a teen magazine, skyrocketed sales, and they said, "Well, we'll just kill the girl."
Yeah, we'll just get rid of Kess. Yeah, no, I totally understood that. Well, here's the thing too. Um,
And they
when
never thought the
their
doctor was
humans,
going to be a big star, but boy, were they fooled.
yeah, he began. Well, that yeah, the emergency EMH.
And that's the reason
Um,
why Chakotay didn't have blank to do.
yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. Is like first he had 7 and 9, then the EMH becomes a lot more popular. Picardo.
Yeah.
Then if you look at the two events that happened with DS9, when you saw Odo, played by the late Rene Auberjonois, he was pretty popular. But then you needed one more person to enter the mix, and who came in? Worf. So then
Well,
you had Mike Dorn.
that's because season 2 and 3 had crappy ratings, so they had
Yes,
to do something.
they had to do something, so they
So
brought in
in
Worf.
season
So
3, they
yeah,
decided to bring in the USS Defiant. Well,
right,
ratings went up just a hair, but then they didn't use it a lot. Well,
right,
they said, well, see if we can get Data. And they said, no, Data's too much money.
yeah,
He'll ask too much money. How about
no,
we ask Counselor Troy? And they said, who? They
yeah,
actually said, who? And
yeah,
so then they said, well, who's the other one? And they said, what about Worf? And they said,
yeah.
yeah, we could write more Klingon crap.
We can do Worf. So yeah, that's why they brought him in. And I was like, that was
And
cool.
they paid
But
him a lot of money, and the
and
cast
when
at
rightfully,
one
and rightfully,
at,
right.
and the cast a little bit was kind of pissed off when they found out
Well,
how much he
yeah,
was
but come
getting.
on, Worf. I mean, but Michael Dorn, rightfully so. He deserved that extra fundage. He saved DS9. He knows it. He knows it.
He
A lot of
actually was
people know he
getting the
saved it.
same amount of money as Renee and Avery,
And Cisco and
and that
Avery, right?
pissed them off.
But they all did a great job to save the show.
Yeah.
And then
Now
and
their
then
biggest character was not Worf in DS9. Guess who it
right,
was?
who was it?
Quark.
Yeah, Quark.
He was
Yeah,
like J.R. Ewing. He was one person everybody loved to hate.
right, Quark. Right, Armin Shimmerman. Yeah, so he did a great job too. and he kept
Yeah.
it alive until Worf showed up. Yeah, I totally agree. Then if you look at the last one, Enterprise, well, look at your Vulcan. I mean,
There is
Paul,
nothing. There
Jolene,
is
Blaylock,
nothing that nobody liked about Enterprise. Look at the ratings, except
right?
for the first 3 episodes that had the most watched.
Here's Dan.
What's it called? What's it
Hey,
called?
Stefan, how's it going?
Ratings.
Yeah,
The 3 episodes had the highest ratings out of all of the series. Now,
yeah,
season 3 gave them a little bit of a bump, but not too big. But not
sure.
one character, uh, not even Phlox or even Trip. They like Trip. People
Yeah,
like Trip. And of
yeah,
course, the horn dogs love T'Pol with her little
of
pouting
course,
nipples.
of
Um,
course.
Everybody else, they didn't care about anybody, not even Jonathan Archer.
Right. Or Malcolm Reed, or even Hoshi. Like
Yeah,
Hoshi wasn't even like a big deal. Yeah,
Hoshi
no,
was even more beautiful than T'Pol, and the horn dogs didn't go for her.
oh, of course not. That's what I was saying. Anyway, hi, Sifdan. Thank you for coming in for a few minutes. How you doing?
Just relaxing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're just here. We're going to be here for about another 15, 20 minutes, probably about 20 minutes, because Mr. Jeff and Mr. Matthew are doing their Babylon 5 stream at 10:30 down at the bottom of the hour. So I don't want to run into their stream and last minute. And I was just I kind of just wanted to do this chill stream for a little bit till they came on. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, and I'm also glad that Brother Jay is here with me. And we had Keithy in the room earlier, and we had Gorilla's
Well,
Random Thoughts came in a little bit, and then he had to go. So
once
yeah,
again, YouTube notification didn't let me know you were on there. It was lucky that I was on YouTube looking for something to watch, and then there you were.
see, I don't understand that, Jay. I mean, I tell people, please hit the notification bell
I
when
did.
when you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit all
I did.
notifications. That's when the bell lights up, and when you have that way, you'll know whenever I pop on, it'll automatically either just say to you, okay, Michael, or Mikey is on right now, he's live, or when I have it set up, prior, it'll tell you, the date and time I'll be coming on, and when I go on, the notification is supposed to tell you if you're
Yeah,
on
it's
YouTube
supposed to,
at the
but it
time
didn't.
that I was on. Yeah, I'm
Because
worried about
I
that.
just checked my notification bell and it says
Yeah,
all.
yeah. How'd you find out, Dan? How'd you find out I was on?
By going through the YouTube board on YouTube, and I found you saying that you were live.
Okay.
But,
All right.
but,
So
but,
you were kind of
But no
lurking around.
notification that he was on.
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
but then again, I just got home about 30 minutes ago, so I probably did not see your notification until I got home about a few minutes ago.
Oh,
I
sweet.
never
Okay.
get a notification on anybody anymore except it's a farm journal. I get notifications. I get notifications from the Bob and Tom show, and then
Yeah.
I get a notification for Salty, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say, Jay, that when you've got me, that I know you do have me subscribed. I know Dan does too. What I would do is just make sure underneath the subscribe part of it, if it says all notifications, then you'll always
Yeah,
be notified when I go on.
I do have it. Like I just said, I have
Yeah.
it. Hang on, just one second. Let me
Okay.
find you. I'm on
Okay.
my other phone.
Because
It says
yeah.
the little bell is blackened, and I touch it, and it says notifications, and the blackness says all,
Okay.
and there's a check mark
Then
next
you
to
do
it.
have, right. Then you do have me on all notifications. Okay.
But I
So
don't
you
get
should be able
anything
to
from
spot
it.
me. Oh, I know it's weird. That's why I said it says it, but it should work that way. Well, that's how Dan was able to find me, obviously, too. So, let me see. What was I going to say? Oh, so now right? Tomorrow and Thursday, we're doing our streams, right? At 2 o'clock in Eastern time. That's 1 p.m. your time Central, Jay.
I gotta watch
We
the
got
A-Team
18.
tomorrow.
Right. We got 18 tomorrow, and then on Thursday we have our episode from ISIS and from Shazam. So
Shazam!
Shazam. Yeah. So let me see. Right. So tomorrow is season 1, uh episode 11, and it's Till Death Do Us Parts, where Face Man has to marry an heiress to avoid her hooking up with a corrupt businessman. So he actually gets married in an episode. That's tomorrow. Yeah. And then on Thursday, it is season 1, episode 6 for my show. And then for yours, it's also season 1, episode 6. I don't know the titles of them yet, but I'll find those out before Thursday and I can mention them. But that's what's going on Thursday with us also, with our streams. And let's see. And then, of course, Wednesday, when I do my webcam on The Greatest American Hero, that's the other one I've got is season 1, episode 6. And it's the My Friends Have Always Been Cowboys. That's where it has that guy from Lone Ranger, one of 2 actors that did the Lone Ranger series. And he does a guest appearance on that episode. So that's what I'm reviewing for Wednesday. Then let's see. Yeah, then Sunday, and you're invited, of course, Dan. Sunday we're doing our random, our topic time, but we're going to be celebrating 2 birthdays. We're going to be celebrating PvP's birthday. He turns 66 this coming Wednesday. So we'll celebrate his birthday. I'll mention something about it on Wednesday on my webcam, and then on Sunday we'll celebrate his birthday. And then my other friend, Gaming with Silverwolf, she said her birthday comes up on Friday, this Friday. So I said, okay, Gaming. So Silver, I'll also mention you on Sunday on our topic time. And that's the thing. I want to do the topic time same time we did it yesterday, but I hope it's, if they decide they're going to do AQOT at 11:15 a.m., usually that doesn't last for more than 2 hours. And even if it does last 3 hours, it'll still be over with by at the most 2:15 p.m. So we'll still be able to do that 3 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Central stream for Sunday. So
yeah. And what time? 1?
Tomorrow is 2 p.m. Eastern,
No,
1
Sunday.
o'clock Central. Oh, Sunday, 3 o'clock p.m. Yeah, 3 o'clock p.m. on Sunday and 2 o'clock your time p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's on Sunday. And like I said, Dan, you're allowed to come into that as well.
I've been trying to find out when this solar disruption is going to impair people's electronics. Apparently, it's already done it, and I didn't have any disruptions.
Well, then knock on wood, because I didn't have any disruption either, and neither
But
did your
they
co-wife.
said
Yeah.
there's supposed to be another. I don't know if they're talking about this past Sunday or next Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
I don't either.
No, not yet, Dan. But I will let you know when she does, and when she does decide to, you'll be one of the first to know. Because if you want to buy it, we can make arrangements. So just let us know, okay? I mean, well, I should say we'll let you know because it's coming up soon. They just raised our internet price. We're like, and now we gotta. Not only do we have, we're saving up, to make payments on this, uh, you know, brand new laptop I have, but now we found out without our, prior knowledge that the company we purchased the internet with raised it, and now that's going up next month. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what we should do yet, but we'll
Yeah.
figure something out. Suzanne and I are really good at economics. She is more than I am. So, yeah, John. So if we do decide to do what you asked,
If you need help and your subscribers want you they like your channel and stuff, I don't see where your subscribers wouldn't hurt giving $1 or $2 a month to help you with that. I know I'm
right.
not.
Well, that's what I'm thinking we should start to do next month is set up a Patreon page and have them help us out. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I started my Patreon page years ago, and
Yeah.
and I have one Patreon on the highest tier that's donating me each month.
How do you set that up for your how'd you set that up for your channel, Dan? What was how do you set up the Patreon for that? How is it simple? Is it hard or
He can probably help you with that if Dan doesn't know.
It's been a long time since I last edited it, but the way I usually did it when I set it up is that there are a few options on the page. You can choose to sell collections. You can set up a shop, but you gotta have items in the shop area to sell, and you can also do memberships on the page. I do paid membership tiers on my Patreon. The lowest tier is $3 a month, and the highest tier is $50 a month.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So what I'll do is ask both of you guys just after the first of the month next month, and yeah, I'll see about setting up a Patreon and see if any of our subscribers can help us just with a few bucks. It doesn't have to be a lot, like I'm not expecting somebody to throw me $100 and just say, "Here, take care of that."
Well, if I won the lottery, I would throw you $100, but I'd also send a van to pick you and Suzanne up and bring you down here.
Yeah,
and Mikey, if you do set up a Patreon membership tier, it has two options. It could do monthly withdrawals from your subscriber that's on that tier, or it could do just one-time charge on the subscriber, and then they have to reapply to the tier each month. You gotta let them know that they're.
I like that part better because sometimes,
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part better. That would be something to seriously consider. Yeah. So I will.
People may not have it every month.
Right. Yeah, because I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to depend so much on my subscribers. They do a lot for me. I'm sure they do, and if I did it, that would be the way I do it. Is just not have it continuously repeat. Just kind of have like a one time they can send something and whatever they.
Now there are some people that get annoyed at having to do it every month, so they like the option of doing monthly. But with me, I may or may not have the money the next month, so I would do it for me. I would do it once every month, and if I can do it again the next month, I do.
Oh, well, it has the three of us.
Yeah, well, I'm just letting you know, like, if you do decide to do a Patreon.
He mentioned that his ex-girlfriend's coming too. No one would be staying in my home. No means no. I agreed to the ex-girlfriend and kid. They all can go to a hotel. How to the nah. True. I will get a divorce. What?
What?
How did I
What?
get this?
I don't know, babe.
Do you have the same on yours? Or
I haven't looked.
What on earth is this?
Babe, I don't know.
What
Uh-oh.
happened?
Dr. Cyril Wecht, a celebrity pathologist who argued more than one shooter killed JFK, dies at age 93.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he's
Well,
dead.
a good ripe old age to die at, huh?
I guess so. I don't know. Hold
Are
on
y'all
just a
all
second.
right? What's going on?
Well, there's something being written on our stream here.
Hmm? Let me go to my other phone and look at it.
You don't have.
I don't have it, babe.
It's weird.
Hang on. I'm
Nothing
going
there.
onto the stream. I
Yeah,
will find
that's
it.
weird.
Okay, here it is.
Huh.
Hit all messages.
I'm just looking where they
Okay. I don't know why I'm getting on my turn.
yeah. Weird.
Jay out of the loop. No, Jay ain't ever out of the loop. I study everything before I talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't see it, honey.
Well, Mikey, if you do set up a Patreon, I was just letting you know there are two options to either charge your membership, either one charge monthly or do an automatic renewal in the charges monthly.
I would probably do it as automatic renewal and then charge monthly. That would probably be the best option. Don't you think, Jay? I think that would be the best option.
I wouldn't like that for myself. I would like the one-time option, and then if I can do it again next month, then I have the way to do it. But like I said, some months I may have to pay a huge bill at the dental office when my insurance is out, and I have to pay $200 to go to the dentist, and then I wouldn't be able to help you.
Yeah, weird. No, so anyway, my Suzanne was telling me that there was comments that were being written below
I'll be right back. I'm gonna
below
look
the
at
stream. Well, below the stream, this live stream on YouTube, because it's on YouTube also. And there was some people that were making comments down there, but I didn't see any comments, so I don't know. Maybe I'll see them afterward.
What the hell is Helen Jackson?
I don't know.
Well, Mikey, I'm on your YouTube channel while on being on StreamYards. I don't see any live comments on your YouTube channel unless it does that after you finish your live stream, and it shows them after you're done.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, Sif Dan. Mikey's wife screenshotted it and sent it to me on text, and I can read it to you. It says, "Oh hell nah." After he mentioned that the ex-girlfriend was coming to, no one would be staying
in my home.
Yeah.
In my home. No means no.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know. It's just comments that they found on the YouTube, on our YouTube from the stream. The comments they usually post. The ones that you usually see, Dan, that they put something down there after the stream is over. So maybe that's what's happening, because I don't see them myself.
I think my PC is glitching out because for some reason I got these comments on there, and the next one says, "I agree to no to the ex-girlfriend and the kid. Y'all can get a hotel."
But it's saying 116 comments. That's weird.
Yeah,
you're glitching. You're glitching.
I'm glitching. It's weird. It's like I'm getting two different chats, I guess, yours and someone else.
No, you're glitching. Somebody's hacking into yours, honey.
Yeah, it's
weird.
It's about some guy hooking up with the next girlfriend and her kid.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. I'll have to take a look at that later. Block them or something, maybe. I don't know. That's just bizarre.
That is,
Anyway,
I just thought it was weird. And I wanted
Yeah.
to show you guys.
well, thank you, honey, for showing me. Well, we're getting close to Jeff and Matthew's stream, so
Yeah.
let's see here. Hold on, Sif Dan, just a second.
I'd say they'll be up in 13 minutes.
Right. Okay. So, Sci-Fi Sif Dan, like I said, you're invited to come join us if you'd like on Tuesdays and Thursdays when we do our reviews. Also, of course, you're invited when we do our topic time review or topic time stream on Sunday afternoons. So, before we sign off here, what is your what's happening on your channel? What's coming up in the future?
Well, just recently, early this morning on Monday, I uploaded 2 new videos on my YouTube channel. Another crossover video. And on my YouTube channel, I usually do different sci-fi TV shows or different movies, depending how well versed I am in them.
Yeah.
I do cover different genres, depending on how well versed I am in those. And on I usually do my live streams on Saturdays, 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. But I may change this. But I may change the schedule depending if I'm going to continue for a second season. But right now, I'm on a hiatus to take a break.
Yeah.
And I usually do come on other people's live streams if there's an open panel or link in the chat if they will let me on. I do co-stream with other hosts if they will allow it. Some do, some don't.
Yeah.
Some find it annoying. Beyond that, that's all I have to say about my channel. And I'll turn over to Jay for to give his promotion if he has a channel and videos on his channel.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, but I like hearing from you, Jay. Well, you can tell them about what you and I do together, hosting on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I thought that was a secret. Oh.
You could say that. Yes. Okay. So, on behalf of Brother Jay and myself, we do hosting of our reviews of both A-Team on Tuesday afternoons at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Central. And on Thursdays, we each do an episode of ISIS and of Shazam at the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock p.m. Central. So that's what Brother Jay and I do. And then Jay, along with myself, also hosts Sunday Topic Times, which start at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 2 o'clock Central. Usually right after A Question of Trek. That's the best time. So, and it doesn't interfere, right? And it doesn't interfere with Cinema Sunday, Sunday Cinema that Mr. Gorilla's Random Thoughts does on that evening. So we're able to put that together. Does that answer that for you, Jay?
Yeah, that's fine. There's something I'd like to talk to you about your scrolling thing. If it says no mention of religion, then how can we have a prayer?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well,
we agreed, I thought, that it would be no mention of politics, or we can't stop talking about death because you have had deaths in the family and stuff. So let's just put it next time, no mention of politics, and that's it.
Okay, that sounds good to me. In fact, if you're still here, hold on just a second. Just a minute. I can, okay. Here we go.
Still kind of new with this, aren't you, Mikey?
I'm still learning.
We are both into this together. I'm a
technological neophyte, and my brother here is a retard. But you're not a retard. Stop saying that, damn it! I don't want you to say that anymore.
Well, Mikey, well, Mikey, like, well, at least you're not as technological backward as PvP is.
Well, yes, PvP is it has a problem, and he's gonna. You know what? I would appreciate it, Sifdan, if you would help PvP with his channel when he's able to start showing himself and doing streams. I would be so happy if you could help him out with that. You know, just give him a heads up and say, "Hey, look, I'm right here at PvP. If you want to start doing streaming and you need some help, I'm right here. I can help you." I would love if you could do that for me.
Yeah, I'll
Lord
try my
help
best
me, or
with
I'm
him.
gonna choke to death.
And Mikey, if either you or Jay wants to check out my Patreon page, you can see how I set up, or you could go to my own channel and type on my links. There's an external link on my link that says my Patreon page. You can check that out, see how I set up if you want to get ideas how you make set up your Patreon page, Mikey.
Mikey doesn't like
I totally appreciate that. That does help. So just if you want to check out Sifdan's my Patreon page, it is right there. If you guys want to help yourselves out, setting up a Patreon page of your own, Sifdan does have that right here. This link that shows where he can do that. Resolute Germ is here. PvP knows a lot. His tech just hates him.
Mikey, Mikey may not like it when I say that I'm a retard, but
I don't like it.
I am a mild mentally retarded man.
Okay, well, I don't like when you say that.
And that's why I'm on disability. And
we love you because you're special.
I didn't know anything about technology, about computers or nothing. My first my second social coordinator had to help me set up my Facebook and my first Facebook, because somebody has taken over my Facebook pages 4 times now, and I've had to create my 5th one recently. And excuse me, I'm choking. And she helped me set up my YouTube channel, which thankfully nobody's messed with since I think it started this channel with her help in 2012. And somebody, I think it was Salty Trekker, who had to teach me word for word how to get on my first StreamYard thing, because I don't know nothing about technology.
Right. Okay, so we need to hurry this up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry there, Brother Jay. We need to hurry this up because I don't want to run into
Pray for me, dude. I'm choking to death here.
Well, I'm just saying, when we go over there, we just do it and say, "Hey, it's a Mikey raid," and then we'll be there.
Yeah.
So, anyway, like I said, as for myself, you guys do have my entire schedule posted on the Mikey Seuss 4 page. It is right there in the description of my broadcast video, which I have posted not just for returning subscribers, but for anyone that wants to subscribe to the channel. So as we always ask, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share the channel, and don't forget, when you hit the notification bell, make sure that you emphasize all notifications so that you can receive notified messages that say, notify me. They'll tell you, all you have to do is hit that and it'll say notification on. And then that way you'll know when the future content's coming on or when they have other streams that are appearing. Let's see. Yeah. So you guys just go to our page there and our schedule. Like we say, we do webcams starting at 12 noon on Mondays and Wednesdays, which is 12 noon Eastern. We do the live streams with me and Jay on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sunday, we do our topic time, which starts at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, which is right after A Question of Trek.
I have to subscribe to this Life with Matthew to be able to comment or even watch his stream,
Yeah,
that's wrong.
I don't know. Well, the two of them just host together like you and I do, Jay, and then they do what they do is they take an episode and they just they show it
Yeah,
like a
but I
slide.
don't know
It's like a
anything
slideshow.
about Life with Matthew, so I tend to not hit subscribe on people I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah, I understand.
And Mikey or Jay, can you take the power check? Because I have something to let Jay know. If his Facebook account keeps getting hacked into. I'm something in the power chat for him.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Maybe you use the
Okay,
same password.
so yeah, so quickly we're
I've
going
changed
to
it so many other times that I can't even remember it.
yeah. Okay, so while I step away for a moment, and I want to go ahead and have you do your prayer first, Jay. Let's thank
I need
Resolute
you
Germ.
to do the prayer. I need you to do the prayer because I'm literally choking while talking.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
give me a moment. I'll be
my
right back.
sinuses are draining so much that I can't even breathe. You there?
I guess Mikey stepped away, and he wants you to do it, and try not to choke on yourself.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't do it.
All right.
Wait till he gets here.
Well, we may cut into the other stream's time at this rate, but
Well, if that's the case, we just won't have a prayer tonight. I'm literally choking. Oh, God. Where's my inhaler? Yeah.
All right. So all of Mikey's viewers and chatters, if this stream does go over time due to Mikey or Jay being unable to say the final prayer, you guys just say your goodbyes in the chat and then head over to the other stream if you want, or if you want to stay loyal, stay with Mikey until he's finished up the stream, then head over to the other stream and then say hi to your other major channel.
Well, there we go. Oh, I hate the taste of that inhaler. Oh. Oh, Lord.
Okay, Jay, I will say the quick prayer for us.
Thank you, son.
We'll if we run a few minutes over, I don't think that Jeff and Matthew will mind. It's just kind of a quick thing here. First of all, let's thank Resolute Germ for being here. The link to Jeff and Matthew, yeah, let me post it here in the chat. Just give me a minute. I gotta go over there and get his. Okay, they're live. They just went live, so let me get their thing here.
Want me to say it?
I can do it. I can do it. No, baby. Okay. Okay, everyone. So here is the YouTube watch. They just started. So when we're done here, go head over to Jeff and Matthew's Babylon 5 stream and tell them it's a Mikey raid. And there it is for you, Resolute Germ. Thank you for being here. Not a problem. And this is Mikey. Will be back after these messages. PvP knows a lot. His tech just hates him. Yeah. And here again is Sci-Fi Civ Dance. If you want to check out his Patreon page, so that if you need any help. We also had Keefe came to see us. So thank you, Keefe, from East Tennessee. We also had Gorilla, who came from Minnesota. And Gorilla's Random Thoughts. He's got great content. Check out his streams with Pop Culture Curator when they do Lost in Space and Gilligan's Island. And of course, he also does Cringe Talk on Thursday nights and the Waltons on Friday. So, and then on Sunday, he does Sunday Cinema. So check that out. Also, sometimes on Saturdays, he does content also. And yeah, so there we go. We got everybody. And of course, my, like I said, Sci-Fi Sit Down, thank you for coming to our panel. Mr. Brother Jay, my wonderful brother from another mother, thank you for being here tonight. And you're very welcome, Resolute Germ, of course. Okay, so what we're going to do now real quick is my wife, Suzanne, is going to go ahead and read the final prayer for us tonight, and then we'll go ahead and close out the stream. So go ahead, babe, if they can hear you.
Okay, let me get up 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we still have 2 people watching, so I appreciate that.
As the day comes to a close, I turn to you in gratitude. Thank you for this experiences, challenges, and blessing of this day. Ask you for your protection and guidance throughout the night. Watch over everyone and their loved ones as we all sleep, and grant us safety and peace as for the rest of the day. I release all my worries and concerns into your care. May your peace fill our hearts and minds, allowing us to rest. Find true rest. Bless those who are in need of suffering, and may your healing touch be upon them. Thank you for your unwavering love and presence in our life. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
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 Amen and amen. Thank you so much, my wonderful wife, Suzanne, for that wonderful prayer. Thank you. We have 3 people watching, so we appreciate you guys and gals all being here and helping us out. And so with that, let's see here. I like doing this, so let me go to this part right here. Okay. So with that, everyone, thank you again, Brother Jay and Brother Sifdan for being here, Resolute Germ, Keithy, everyone, and Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. And, of course, my beautiful wife, Suzanne. And don't forget, we've got our stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern where we're doing the A-Team. And, of course, like I said, you know the rest of the schedule. It is available there on the Mikey Seuss forefront of the channel. And with that, on behalf of the wonderful Gene Siskel, who, rest in peace, was a part of Siskel and Ebert, the aisle is closed. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight for my stream, and we'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Good night, all.
Everyone.
Good night.
Having fun.